gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you. In the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop it from shining through. It's true, baby, let the light shine through. If you believe it's true, baby, won't you let the light shine through for you.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this, well, I'm going to call it the bored stream. I'm not going to lie, this weather has just destroyed me today. Absolutely awful conditions. I can't go anywhere. I can't be bothered to drive anywhere. So I just thought to myself, do I go bed and literally sleep for about 15 hours? This decision of doing this stream was made 5 hours ago. Or do I cover this particular fixture in which I've got actual interest in regarding Jack Grealish? So I just thought, stuff it, why not? May as well just do a quick stream, earn £3. It's my favourite line. It is my favourite line. So yeah, it's a bit of an impromptu one, but I did kind of schedule it about 5 hours ago. And yeah, I will, along with Paulie, and if anybody else wants to come live on air, just come on. Because as I keep saying, I can't be bothered just to speak. I'd rather get others to talk to each other while the game is live on air. But up on screen, as you can see right now, we have the Aston Villa team news. We've got no Tyrone Mings. Apparently he's off ill with tonsillitis, which basically means that Aston Villa are going to lose today because they can't do anything when Tyrone Mings is in the team. So, Boona, I know you're watching. Congratulations on the 3 points. And we've got Rayner in goal, Conser, Engels, Huss, Gilbert, Drinkwater, Douglas Luiz, Target, El Ghazi, Samatta and Grealish. The one regarding the team news regarding Tottenham is very interesting because a well-known face is back in the Tottenham team. It is Ben Davies. He is back. He is, of course, somebody that played so well for our fantasy teams just a couple of seasons ago. And once this, surprise, everything's crashed on me. Once I can get it up, I can read you the full team news. And here it is right here. It is Lloris in goal, obviously. We've got Aurier, Ardevald. We have Sanchez, Davis, Eric Dier, Winks, Dele Alli, Ben Bergwijn. Now this is an interesting one. Bergwijn playing. Son and Lucas. And what I mean by interesting that Bergwijn playing is because I'll be interested to see how he performs today because as Tottenham assets go, he could be somebody definitely to be looking at. I think he's 8.5, isn't he? Something like that. So certainly someone to keep my eye on. I'm going to assume Lucas will be playing the solo, up front predominantly with obviously Son trying to cut in as well, supporting that attack. But yeah, those four up front should be good. I predicted a 2-1 victory to Aston Villa. However, with Mings not playing, I think I may go 2-0, possibly. I don't know why. It's just Ings, when he doesn't play, Aston Villa don't seem to do particularly well. So this is all going to be a very, very interesting game indeed. Like I said, I've got Paulie that's going to be joining me corresponding, and what I'll do is I'll bring him on. But interestingly, I've got something to share with you guys as well. It was from one of our regular contributors, Lewis Kirkby, and he has decided to wildcard. Lewis, somebody who was doing exceptionally well a couple of weeks ago, was 40,000th, maybe even higher than that, maybe like 20, 25, 28,000, something like that. He was doing exceptionally well, and I asked him if he'd come live on air to discuss his wildcard. Unfortunately, he's going to be asleep, but I'm going to go through it and get ideas from you guys, what you think he should do with his team. He's already written down some dilemmas he's having particularly, but let's just quickly bring Paulie on. Hey, Paulie.
Afternoon, Steve. Afternoon, everyone.
So, yeah, obviously you were watching last night's game. What did you think of it overall? Because the highlights package included one highlight from the first half, and that was it. I mean, it was shocking, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was frustrating as well. I expected Salah to do a lot more. I think the real winners out of last night were the 2 and 3 Liverpool defenders, if you own them in your team then. Because they got the bonus points as well, didn't they?
Yeah, people like Anish, who had triple Liverpool defence. Trent Alexander-Arnold, of course, captain, came with a bonus point. I know my mate Sahil, albeit barring some luck, the fact that he forgot to change his team, but he had Robertson as captain coming with 9 points. So yeah, like you said, they are the big winners. People like myself and Boona, who held on to Mane, getting an extra 3 points, whatever it was, ahead of Salah. It really doesn't matter considering everybody captained him. And what interest do you have in this game, Paulie, have you only got assets playing like me? I've got Grealish. You've got Son, maybe.
I had Tanganga, but he's on bench.
Oh.
So I'm hoping, football-wise, I hope it's a thriller. FPL-wise, I hope it's like 1-1 with Drinkwater and Wink scoring goals.
What was your prediction for this game?
I went 2-1 Tottenham.
So you're exactly the same, pretty much as me. Do you think, though, that with Tyrone Mings out, that this shores up the Tottenham victory even more?
Yeah, because I think the centre half, is he a teenager, that centre half that they've brought?
I
So
wouldn't have a clue.
I'm not sure. I don't know how much experience he's got, but it does fill you with confidence, don't it, when the number one centre half from team you're playing is not actually in the squad. So
I mentioned on the just a few minutes ago that I'll be looking at Bergwijn. Wondering, you'd be interested to see how well he performs. What about yourself? Is he someone worth monitoring?
yeah, so when I watched the Man City game and Tottenham game for you, we were one that stood out. So I'm just looking to see if he can continue the performance when he's not playing a more attacking team, for example. See what he's like against this opposition.
Is he 8.5?
I think he is.
Yeah, so certainly maybe with, I don't know what Tottenham's schedule's looking like, but I'd like to think that with an attacking player in a team that can score quite a lot of goals, he could be someone that's part of it. But the game is about to kick off. Like I said, Paulie will be keeping us up to date throughout the whole of this particular fixture. Usually when Paulie's on, it's normally quite high scoring. I don't want to jinx it, but I'd like to think that he's only 7.5 for Bergwijn. Okay, thank you, Mr. Anderson and Frode, for that. So yeah, there we are. So the game is about to kick off, and I'm going to be, as ever, listening in the radio. You're definitely watching it, aren't you, Paulie?
Yeah, I've got it on, yeah.
And already Aston Villa on the attack, I can hear straight away. So, but I will go and say hello to the people that are joining us live right now. Sultan Saeed, always the first person, Sultan, that is straight with us on the live chat. Chelsea Fly have been here for quite a while. Mr. Blue Nathan, aka Mr. Timestamps. Afternoon, pal. Davey P's here. Ross Hurley.
45 seconds in and Son's already laying down on floor.
I beg your pardon?
Someone's just gone in with a tackle, 50-50 tackle, and the Son's come out worse and he's still down on floor now. Physio's on for him.
Well, Jason is somebody that actually owns Son. That's his interest in this particular fixture. I know obviously a lot of people have, in fact, I don't want to jinx the guy or anything. I don't wish ill health on anybody, but I know that Andy from Let's Talk. Oh, it sounds like Son's okay now.
Yeah, he's walking off. He's hobbling a little bit, but it looks as though he'll be all right.
They're saying something to do with his arm, maybe? I mean,
yeah, he's holding his elbow as he's walking off.
Oh, they're saying that he's going to resume as per normal, so that's okay. So yes, there up on screen is Let's Talk FPL saying that's hat trick please for Son. I hope not, and I do appreciate Mr. Who was it? Someone in FPL Lundstrom saying about Bowley's disallowed goal on VAR, and the fact that if Jason owned Bowley, that goal would have probably stood, which is absolutely genius. But and it's so blinking true. But what I was going to say, Paulie, is obviously you were talking to us about that VAR decision regarding the offside situation in the Wolves game. So what specifically happened, and was it really that ridiculous of a decision?
Right, so basically Neto took the short corner to Jota, and then Jota passed it back, but he passed it backwards, and they're saying that Neto was in an offside position when the ball was played backwards. And it was his heel, obviously, that was the VAR line. Because he didn't get back on side apparently quick enough.
So, in
But
your opinion, should the goal have stood?
It's one of them, obviously, without VAR, it wouldn't have blinked an eyelid at it. It's just I always thought, I don't know why, that the ball had to go for. No. Yeah. Obviously, I'm wrong because it went backwards, so...
I mentioned on the stream yesterday that I think that... Well, or was it with Dan? I can't remember now. It doesn't really matter. But maybe Mourinho will be trying to target Grealish. And I've just heard a bit of a nasty... Not quite a nasty challenge, but a hard challenge coming in from Aurier on Grealish.
Yeah, they've got a free kick, Villa dead centre from about 20 few yard. Target and El Ghazi's over it.
Well, let's hopefully get a goal. And then that's a Grealish assist. Here we go. It's about to be taken. El Ghazi with an effort, but it's gone well over the wall there.
Yeah, over the bar.
So back to the people watching now, just to give a quick name. So FPL Booners we just mentioned. Gorillas Snow, yeah, we are here, but the weather is atrocious, as demonstrated with your wonderful emojis there. Manchester Reds, afternoon, my friend. Salah, Stevo, do you have sun? No, I do not. In fact, let's just quickly put on my team for the sake of putting up my team. There's my team up on screen. It's just Grealish in this particular fixture. So I'm mainly hoping for a Grealish masterclass. I do think he'll score today. I really do. I think that he's going to be wanting to prove himself as to why Tottenham should have spent the big bucks on him. I certainly think he should have a good game today. But so far, Paulie, it sounds like Aston Villa... Well, there's no sounding about it. It's a fact. Aston Villa on top of the game so far.
Yeah, they've had the most chances. It's been played mostly in the Tottenham half as well. But as it has been doing for a few weeks, it's been getting to defence and they're clearing it. Grealish has just been taken out by Aurier again.
Well,
Not second time.
Is there going to be a potential yellow card? Maybe second warning and then third he gets a yellow?
Yeah, it's the same person as well, twice, isn't it? So the referee will be looking at that. It'll be right in front at linesman as well.
It's getting a ticking off as.
Yeah, it's just getting a warning.
Hopefully, Aurier gets sent off, Jason? So we got another free kick on the edge of the box, then, yeah?
No, it was all the way in Aston Villa's defensive zone, right on the touchline.
Afternoon, Gabriel Derop. Welcome to the stream. Salah saying that Son is a differential. He's owned by 10%, so probably only 6% active teams. Well, we were told last night by the people that are owners of Mane, it was 20%. But me and Jason speculated maybe between 8 and 12%, something like that, would be active teams. But we were told no, it was about 16%. I don't know how specifically you could get that statistic, but there we are. Afternoon, Mr. Anderson. Fantasy World Order. I am alive. It's 1 a.m. in Australia. It's going to be a long night. Well, you've got this game and then followed by, Arsenal versus Newcastle. God, that's going to be... Paulie, your thoughts on the upcoming Arsenal versus Newcastle game? I think that's going to be absolutely awful.
I'm hoping Aubameyang gets 5. But it'll probably be 0-0. Or it'll probably be 1-1 just because I'll get Lascelles off at bench now if Tanganga don't play. So yeah, it won't be a clean sheet.
Oh man, Dylan. Blimey. Oh man, Dylan, you are everywhere. You're on our show. I heard you on Planet FPL the other day. It was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. It's just so funny when I listen to other live streams and hear regular voices that are on our show being mentioned on another stream. It's absolutely great. We got a goal! Samatta! Samatta again!
Oh, I think it's the Alderweireld own goal, actually.
Well, the question is, Paulie, who got the assist?
And El Ghazi crossed it in.
Oh. Not going to go to VAR, no. Can't celebrate anymore these days.
Yeah, El Ghazi turned Ben Davis on the left and he's crossed it in. Ben Davis has deflected it a little bit. Alderweireld stuck his foot out and just put it into the corner.
And it's definitely an own goal.
Definitely an own goal, yeah.
Shame that Alderweireld isn't owned by anybody, so has no real effect on us whatsoever. But no, there we have it, everybody. 1-0. There we are. 1-0 to Aston Villa. El Ghazi with the assist. Alderweireld with an own goal there. Good. Absolutely fantastic. I mean, talking of which, Phil, obviously this will have... We had the news the other day of Manchester City being banned from the Champions League. We were informed that, yes, I think it was you that told us that, yeah, it will be opened up to 5th place.
Yeah.
And of course, there are going to be teams like Tottenham, Arsenal, United, Sheffield United, Wolves, Everton, all going to be going for that 5th spot now.
Yeah, it's giving them something to play for now, hasn't it, towards the end of the year?
Absolutely, and this is really for teams like Tottenham, they should be trying to beat teams like this. I mean, I don't know the ins and outs, but it ended 3-1, is that right, at Tottenham's ground to Aston Villa this season?
I can't remember. I think Aston Villa did win, didn't they? Because it was one of them upsets we were talking about, so like our Tottenham, the team that we thought that.
So it was the 3-1 victory then, yeah, because I saw it when I was looking for a thumbnail, and yeah, there we have it. So yeah, it was 3-1. But yeah, Paulie, your thoughts on this Manchester City ban from... God blimey, El Ghazi with an effort there. What, Paulie?
It was Grealish, it just went wide.
Of course it was.
Yeah. It did have a shot about a minute ago as well that took a deflection and went behind, but the ref gave a goal kick instead of a corner. Yeah, it curled that one. It was just about a yard wide.
What's the weather conditions like up there?
It doesn't look as windy, but the rain is coming down. So you can see ball skidding about a little bit.
Well, that's good. That like you said, hopefully should help us with an end-to-end game. But at the moment, it just seems to be going one end at the moment, and that's towards Tottenham's end.
Yeah, it is. It's going that way, coming back, and then going back that way.
Good. That's what I want to hear. That is well. I want to hear it from a Jack Grealish point of view, but yeah, sorry. So yeah, Manchester City being banned. Your thoughts on all this? Right decision, or do you think it's unfair? I mean,
as a Man U fan, I love it. It's like it's all talk about Pep now as well, isn't it? Is he going to stay? What players are going to stay? Because I saw something about De Bruyne and Aguero. I also saw something about a potential points deduction in the league, but is that true or?
Funny you say that, yeah, because obviously teams like QPR had this happen to them. I think Derby, again, I'm not going to proclaim to be an expert, but a friend at work was telling me that Derby could be going through something very similar where they've been going against the FFP rules, and there's a chance that they could be deducted points probably next season rather than this season.
Yeah. I saw something on Twitter that someone put on. It said, who'll win the Manchester Derby next year? And it were a picture of Manchester City badge and Salford badge. It's made me giggle a little bit.
I believe that also, again, I don't know for a fact, but if Aston Villa were to be relegated, they would be in danger of being deducted points because they go against the rules in the Championship or something regarding FFP as well. It's crazy, absolutely crazy, but it would be absolutely incredible if they were deducted an amount of points. Our man Dylan saying, thanks for the Planet FPL recommendations. Saw them after you mentioned them. Thank you, our man. Yeah, I'm glad that I've been an influence on someone like yourself. They're pretty much the only show that I listen to thankfully on a daily basis. And I really, really enjoy their content. And it is great that a few of our moderators, Phil and Brew, and Manchester Reds, if he can go, will be going to their live meetup next Saturday. I thought, for some reason, when I was talking to them, when I was saying in James's stream the other day, for some reason my mind was going blank, and I thought it was actually this weekend. But then I realised, actually, hold on a minute, it's Chelsea Tottenham next week. So, and now Tottenham on the attack at the moment. Oh, Ali with an effort there, Paulie.
Yeah, Mora had the chance to have a shot, but he actually took too many touches, nearly lost the ball, passed it back to Ali, who had his shot blocked. It was on target, but I think it had gone straight to Pepe Reina anyway.
Afternoon, Fruit Loops. Welcome to the stream. Mick Summers. Sun to score any time is my bet of the day. Good luck with that, because at the moment I would be more confident putting your money on Engels. I'd put your money on an Aston Villa player scoring at the moment, because Tottenham, I think I jinxed them, Booner. Daily Llama, welcome. I'll ask you, Paulie. When do we find out if Liverpool blank in 20? Aston Villa on the attack, but I'll say thankfully, I couldn't care less. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. Cross went straight to Lloris.
Daily Llama asking, when do we find out if Liverpool blank in game week 28 or 29? Is it due to the FA Cup match? News on that, Paulie? Do you know much about the blanks? I have no clue at all.
I've absolutely no idea.
There we are.
I keep asking David P for all my blank game week advice and stuff.
Davey P, let us know in the chat if you want to tell us specifically about the blanks and everything. I'll happily read it out. What I'll do now, everybody, is I'll deliberately put up on screen game week 28 blank. Oh yeah. The game week 28 blanks are confirmed. Phil saying that that's right. Yeah, JABT saying that game week 31 is the one which could be blanks due to the FA Cup. Right. Thank you. But
Mora's just had a shot that went about a yard wide.
Is Mora playing more centrally?
Yeah, he is. Son's the one that's playing the furthest forward. Mora's playing in behind Son.
Oh, really? Right, okay.
Yeah, Ali and Mora keep swapping over, and that Berg wins out on the left at the minute.
How is, not that Tottenham have had much of an attack or whatever, but how is Bergwijn looking at the moment?
I don't think he's had a touch yet, to be honest. Ball's not really going down left hand side in Tottenham's case anyway.
Brilliant.
Most involved for Tottenham players have been defenders so far.
Yeah, especially with the goal, of course. So yeah, up on screen at the moment is Lewis Kirkby's wildcard team. For anybody listening on audio, like Paulie as an example, he's gone with. So this is the wildcard team for game week 27. Henderson in goal, Lascelles, Egan, Trent Alexander-Arnold. He's going with double Liverpool midfield. I would probably go double defence personally, but Oh, Aston Villa on the attack.
Yeah, it's Grealish down left.
Oh, no. Should have been 2-0, Paulie.
Oh, yeah. Can't see who it is, but Grealish crossed it in. He's had a shot. Yeah, it's beaten the goalkeeper, but then it's hit Ben Davies on the knee on the line and gone over across.
Blast.
So it would have been a Grealish assist. That
is this going to be an end-to-end game? All the goals scored, but Grealish gets nothing. Well, we've only had 19 minutes, so
it should have been 2-0 there.
But it's definitely an Aston Villa corner.
Yeah, it's a corner. Yeah.
Is Grealish on? No, target.
No, target's taking it.
Shot driven in by a Villa player. I mean, Aston Villa are up for this, aren't they, Paulie?
Yeah, it's just hit Tottenham defender right in crown jewels as well. But he's hunched over. Oh, he's actually down in middle area. Alderweireld took it.
Oh, Bergwijn then involved.
Bergwijn cross. Yeah, he's just crossed it into back post, and Dele Alli's had a diving header that's gone wide at the far post.
Blimey, I daren't talk. It's just end to end at the moment. Incredible. Absolutely fantastic. So I might be able to get onto Lewis Kirkby's wildcard team now. So yeah, as I was just saying, he's gone with the two Liverpool midfielders of Mane and Salah. I personally would rather go with two defenders, but once again, he can explore those options he has on the wildcard. Martial and Traore. And then up front, Aubameyang, Jimenez, Ings. His bench is Pope, Stevens, Barnes and Sciencu. Have you seen this? Has he spoke to anybody at all, do you know, of Paulie regarding his wildcard?
I don't know if he's posted it in Rate My Team or not. There might have been a few people commenting it in there, but I have not actually seen it myself.
So he said to me, he's just wildcarded. He took out Aguero, Kevin De Bruyne, Webster, Cantwell and Hayden for Jimenez, Mane, Stevens, Traore and Harvard Barnes. I want Martial out, but I think take him out before Watford.
Yeah, it did mention it, didn't it, last time we were on air about doing wildcard, but I didn't know he'd actually activated it on.
He said he was actually going to hold it off. And if you remember, that wildcard was for this game week 26. But now he's gone the next stage and he's actually doing it for this upcoming game week in game week 27. I'm going to ask put a vote on the chat for anybody listening on the chat. If you're looking at the screen at the moment, so like I said, this is Lewis Kirkby's wild card. Henderson, Lascelles, Egan, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Mane, Martial, Salah, Traore, Aubameyang, Jimenez, Ings, and on the bench Nick Pope, Stevens, Barnes, and Sciencu. Can you give it a mark out of 15? I mean, meaning that of those 15 players, Samatta with an effort there, Paulie?
Yeah, it was another crossing from the right-hand side and he got to the ball first at front post, but he's headed it just wide. It was El Ghazi again with a cross.
So yeah, it'd be interesting to hear from chat what you specifically think of this wildcard team. Looking it up on screen at the moment, like I said, I'd be personally going with double Liverpool defence. Obviously, he's a Man United fan. He's going to have Martial. Would you take Martial, Paulie? I know you're a United fan as well. Would you have him, or would you just, whether it's Watford or not, get him gone?
Yeah, I was telling it to some people in Hangouts the other day. I don't like owning Manchester United players. Even as a Man United fan, I just try and stay away from them.
Is that because of just simply the way they play? They're just not attacking enough?
Yeah, it's just, I've always been like that, though. I can't remember the last Man United player I actually owned. But I think out of the current team, I think Martial is the one that, if you were going to get anyone, he'd be the one that you put in. Midfielder playing up front. So it's a no-brainer, I think.
Talking of United, are you thinking Williams will start on Monday tomorrow or not?
I think Williams will actually start because they play on Thursday, don't they, in the Europa? And Luke Shaw's been playing most of the Europa game. So I think one will obviously who plays the Premier League game will not play the Europa League game in my.
FPL.
I hope it's Williams anyway because I think he's.
Grealish has been. I've just heard why didn't he go for goal instead?
Yeah, it's just been passed through into the box, and instead of shooting, he's tried to cut it across. It's been cleared out for a corner.
Come on. Was it an easy opportunity? Was it easier to score?
Yeah, he were literally on corner where 6-yard boxes. So if he'd have shot with his left foot, it'd have gone across keeper, but he pulled it back instead. Yeah, should have shot, I think.
FPL Boone are not happy at all. Can't believe how bloody shocking we are. Dieter, Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen, Aurier, get them all out. Grealish is just running the show. He's an absolute brilliant player.
He is being best player by far, Grealish.
And then, of course, making the point that he could have had at least 2 assists today. I mean, he could have had at least a goal today. But Dilligaff to you, afternoon, pal. Opus, has Jack the Lad got any attacking returns yet? He could have done. But the
saying that
no.
he's just took a corner though that's just flew over the box and gone out for a goal kick at the other side.
He could have had a goal and 2 assists, Opus. Let's just put it like that. He could have, but all could have, should have. Mr. Blue Nathan making the point here. Paulie, he should have shot, but don't blame the assist attempt. Would you agree with that?
He had a clear shot at goal though. So any other person, striker especially, would have shot that one. He pulled it back into the middle of the box. There were 1 Villa striker and I think there were 3 Tottenham defenders. So he put it back into danger.
Lewis, if you are listening to this on the replay, Anurag is giving your team a 13 or a 14 out of 15. So he'd take that amount of players from your team.
I'm detecting a bit of bad blood towards Grealish actually. Dyer's just had 2 kicks at him while he's been on ball.
As I state, Mourinho is the kind of manager which he will pinpoint a particular key player to a team and he will just say, go at them, get them. And if it means getting the yellow cards here or there to stop a key player from doing anything, that's what he's going to do. End of discussion.
Yeah.
And at the moment, I say it seems to be working. It's not because they're losing 1-0. But this could lead to some frustration. And maybe, you never know, a Tottenham player may get sent off Boona. Finally, Bergwijn on the ball.
That's a good pass, that. A good tackle. Corner to Tottenham.
Do you agree with this, that Grealish is decent, but I'm surprised the rest haven't gotten to the fact that he dives all the time? Do you believe in that statement or not, Paulie?
I don't believe he dives. I do think that he does make a little bit more out of the tackle. So, like, he knows that he's a targeted player, doesn't he? So, if he takes a knock, he's going to go.
Tottenham have scored.
Oh, that's a really good goal. Alderweireld's just scored.
Wow.
It's scored at both ends for both teams now.
Was it a rocket or not? Because it
we're really good. It was corner came in. It were bouncing around, and he just turned and hit it, and he went straight into the top corner. Well, that was a really good goal.
I'm going to ask you the question: who got the assist?
It hit a Villa defender on the head, hit another defender, and then fell to. The defender headed it away to Eric Dyer on the back of the leg when he was running away and then fell to Alderweireld and he scored. So if it's anyone, it'll probably be Eric Dyer.
Yeah, that's what Fantasy World Order is saying. It's probably going to be Eric Dyer with the assist there. Matt Henley, I think Grealish is the most fouled player in the Premier League. Heard a stat about it. Really? I thought it could have been Zaha. Maybe. Yeah, Phil, that's a point. That's 1 point off Grealish. Well, hopefully Villa can don't drop their heads, because reality is that they should have at least two or three. It is gone down as a thier assist. So an Alderweireld goal and a thier assist. So essentially the 2 goals scored today have been have no FPL ramifications whatsoever, because nobody owns any of those players at all.
It's best assist I've seen in a while as well, that.
Why do you say that?
Just were looking completely wrong way, ball hit him back at leg and went to Alderweireld. Had no idea what were happening.
It's pronounced Dyer, right? Okay.
Dyer, yeah. But Dyer's hunched over at the minute. Don't know what he's done.
Opus, if he scores another own goal, does it count as a hat-trick? Yes. Of course it does. 3 goals. If that's a question for you, Paulie. Salah saying, I'm guessing Son has been terrible so far. What do you think?
He's not really done much. Tottenham as a whole have not really shown anything so far. So it's not that he's playing badly, it's just he's not had anything to any service or anything to do.
I'll tell you what, there's been more action in the last 30 minutes in this game than there was in the total of the 90 minutes last night. Like I said, last night was awful, but
It's been a better game than the Wolves and Leicester game as well from Friday. So far anyway.
Yeah, once again I saw the highlights and barely anything come up for that. So Fantasy World Order. Son has had a poor first touch today. Looks a bit slow. Mr. Blue Nathan, what are the odds of Alderweireld scoring 3 own goals and 3 goals? I'll give you 1,000,000 to 1. Of course, Anurag making the point here. I need Son to come off. I need him fresh for the Champions League game next week. Of course, it is the Champions League next week with Liverpool away at Atletico Madrid. How do you think that game's going to go? I think that it's going to end something like 1-0 Liverpool, 0-0. So it's going to be a very, very tight game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's either going to be a low scoring, either 1-1 or 2-1 either way.
We've had Lewis Kirkby's team up on screen for a while, and once again, just to reiterate this point, this is Lewis's wildcard team, a player which has been doing. This is his first ever season, but my goodness, what a season he's had! 20. Well, he was a few weeks back around the 28,000-30,000 mark. Unfortunately, due to unfortunate circumstances, he's dropped. He's clearly. Hold on. What happened there? Target with some action going on.
Yeah, Target crossed it in, and Sanchez has slid and
we got
knocked
another
it
corner.
out for a corner. Yeah.
How many corners is that? 3 or 4 already for Aston Villa?
Yeah, 4 at least. I think this is Grealish's third, and Target's had a couple from the other side as well.
Oh.
It's Villa's 5th corner.
Another corner. This will be the 6th one.
Yeah, ball just looked right up in the air, and then all the defenders and goalie were flapping about it, and Lloris has managed to knock it out for another corner. It's come out to clear it. He's got nowhere near it.
What a game. What a lucky man you are to be watching this.
And nothing else to do.
Hasn't gone out for another corner, surely.
Lloris has just come out again and flapped at it and missed it again. And it is another corner.
Will they capitalise on this? You've got to get one of these corners right, surely. Now Grealish is going to be taking this.
Yeah.
Come on. Lloris half punches it away. And now it's been cleared away to the halfway line.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on a minute. Son on Tamura.
Yeah, Mora's in. It's 2-on-2.
Oh,
They slowed it down.
Mr. Blue Nathan, whoever betted on the corner market is definitely not worried. Angus Gordon, only 1.7% of corners results in a goal. That's a FIFA stat. It reminded me of the Gameweek 1 stream when Vince Chapman come up with that statistic and everybody was mocking him for that. And then when Van Dijk went and scored from a corner versus Norwich, he just stuck the old middle finger up to you lot. That was absolutely fantastic.
It's been a good game to say there's only been one shot on target.
Yes, of course, yeah. Yeah.
Seven corners for Villa already.
But let's just quickly bring up... let's bring up Jason's team. Let's show you who he's got, because he's got quite a few assets playing in this. Well, he's got Son and Aurier, I believe, in this particular fixture. I'm sure he has. There is. Yeah, there is. Oh, and he's got Grealish as well. Oh, I didn't realise that. Oh, he's got Grealish. I did not know that at all. Right, okay. Oh, I thought that was a differential on him. Unfortunately not. So, wow, actually, Jason's got a lot invested in this particular fixture. 3 players. But going back to talking of investing in players, obviously Lewis not investing in Man City assets. Do you think that's a bad thing? Well, hold on a minute. Tottenham on the attack again with Ali. What's happened there?
He's running into the box. He's tried to hit it with outside his foot around the goalie, but he's hit it wide. Went quite far wide, actually.
Yeah, are you surprised that Lewis hasn't gone with any Man City assets in his wildcard?
It would have been a Son assist as well if he scored that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think you've got to go with one Man City player. I think either a striker or a midfielder.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do you think...
even though they've got the blank and the fixtures do go a little bit red, it's still Man City, isn't it? They're capable of beating anyone on the day.
Do you think this news of them being banned from Europe will affect their game versus West Ham on Wednesday?
I don't think so. They're professional enough, aren't they, to take it on the chin and just get on with the job that they've got to do.
No, I completely agree with you on that particular asset. In fact, I think Alderweireld again, I believe. What's going on, Paulie?
Yeah, it was El Ghazi with a shot from about 20 yards out straight at Lloris, who saved it, and Tottenham have cleared it.
And up on screen at the moment is Alderweireld celebrating his goal. What is this? This Dilligaff saying, anyone heard the rumour regarding City losing a couple of their titles? What is this about, Paulie?
No, I haven't heard that one. I've heard about the possible points deduction, and I've also seen a couple of people saying that they could go down leagues, but I highly doubt that'll happen.
No.
Yeah, I've not heard anything about losing any titles.
Just hearing on the... What's this story about? Gilbert getting...
Yeah, Ben Davis has just left his foot in, and Gilbert's down, but I think he's getting up now.
Do you think that we'll get a VAR? No, it's not even a VAR decision.
No, it's not going to go. They are leaving the foot in a little bit, Tottenham, to be honest.
Well, for everybody that's just joining us, there isn't anybody. It's 1-1 at the moment between Aston Villa versus Tottenham.
You know that save I said Lloris made?
Yes.
He went to hit it with it. He went to save it with his hands, and he missed it, and it hit him on chin. So he's completely missed the shot, and it's hit him in face. and saved it.
Now, Tottenham on the attack.
It's on the ball, it's just been crowded around by about 4 Aston Villa defenders.
Thankfully,
When they do get the ball, Tottenham Villa are swarming them really quickly and not letting them play or anything.
FPL Buna, we are absolutely shocking in attack. Son looks like a shadow of himself. Yeah, making a point about Samatta. What are your thoughts on?
It looked good. It looks strong. It looks quick. He's won a few headers as well.
Perfect replacement for Wesley then.
He's not the tallest of players, but he can leap.
I agree with Davey P here. City will get the ban either delayed a season or reduced by a year. I do think that will happen as well. Wow. Apparently the 2014 title that Man City won is definitely under threat, according to the Daily Mail. I don't think he will play tomorrow. Angus Gordon asking about Agallo, Paulie. Will he play tomorrow?
I don't think so. He might come on. They've said that he's going to definitely be in the squad. So if he's named on the bench, I think that'll be the most likely.
Oh, he's
come on and score.
Travelling with the squad then?
Yeah, I read that somewhere.
Right, okay.
It said that he is going to be part of the squad.
Yeah, so anybody watching this particular stream and has no idea what's going on, Aston Villa 1, Tottenham 1, thanks to 2 Alderweireld goals. Yes, he scored an own goal and also scored an absolute rocket a few minutes ago. El Ghazi and looks like Dyer with the assist apparently for Tottenham. It's been an absolute cracking game, and it appears that, well, Aston Villa, they came out the traps, haven't taken their chances, and what it's sounding like at the moment, Paul, is that Tottenham are almost getting a bit into the game now, it seems.
Yeah, they are. Seeing more of Son and Bergwijn and Ali involved now. Oh, Ben Davies is in.
Hold on. Ali in there with his shot blocked on the line.
Oh, they liked him in hand.
How's he missed?
Yeah, so Ben Davies got in behind the defence. He cut it across, and Ali had a shot that got blocked. And then the rebound came out, and Bergwijn had a shot, and that got blocked as well. I think it hit him in the stomach, but they're apparently having a look for handball while game continues.
Dan's here, going to be watching the second half. Yep, come live on air, Dan. You know what to do. Just get in the waiting room. We'll bring you on. Vignesh asking, who would you pick as captain for next game week, assuming Salah would be rested for Champions League? Well, he won't be because the Champions League is being played before.
Champions League will have been played before it, yeah.
Yeah. What's this? Sorry, a penalty decision? What's that?
Yeah, it's going to VAR for looking at the handball for that block shot.
Is this the Ali one?
No, it's the Bergwijn, the second attempt, the Bergwijn. I think it hit him in the stomach though.
Oh, doesn't look like it's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, no, it's a free kick to Tottenham. I was looking at him as captain me next week.
Let's just quickly look at next week, shall we? So I don't have a clue what's happening next week.
They're at home to Norwich Wolves.
Yes, of course, on Sunday next week. So, Yeah, Salah will be playing that game. Vigesh, Christ. No matter what, he'll be playing that game. Liverpool will be playing a full strength team until they win the title. Until it's mathematically done, they will be playing a full strength team. Klopp can't risk not winning that title. It would be madness. For me, I may be considering captaining Mane just as a differential. Obviously scored last night. He does look confident, doesn't he, Mane, last night?
Yeah, he looked good and sharp for the 20 minute or however long he got yesterday. Took his finish well as well, with the first touch and then the left-footed strike.
On top of the attack again with Bergwijn.
Yeah. Bergwijn's in.
But it's gone out for a corner.
Yeah, got a good tackle corner.
Hold on a minute.
It's going to go to
VAR?
Yeah, it's going to go to VAR for a penalty.
Penalty? What, really?
Yeah, it looked a clean tackle, but they're going to check it anyway.
Possible penalty or a foul? From who? Who? What? Someone on Bergwijn? What?
Yeah, so Bergwijn were running into area. And Engel slid in to tackle him. And they've both gone down. I'll not be surprised if a penalty is given here, actually.
Well, there's definitely contact.
Yeah, and it's...
Well, this is...
Yeah, it got blocked out for a corner as well, so...
Daily Lama making a sarcastic remark. I see the refs are making great use of the pitch side monitors. Yes. Mr. Blue Nathan thinks it is going to be a penalty.
Yeah,
it is a penalty.
Yeah.
It's a definite penalty.
Yeah. Bergwijn got tackled and fouled, so he'll get the assist if they score.
So who takes penalties for thinking? Would it be Mora? Would it be Son? Would it be Ali? Would it be Alderweireld? Oh my goodness.
Can't see anyone with the ball yet.
Didn't Son took the last penalty, didn't he?
Son's taking it, yeah.
Ow, blast. Come on, Rayner. Well, all you Son owners, all 10% of you, we're going to find out if... you're going to steal a first half lead. Christ. Come on, Rayner. And he saved it.
Oh,
he's followed it up and scored.
Yeah, it's got a rebound.
Oh. Hold on. Checking the VAR.
I think they're checking for...
Oh, just give the blasted goal, for goodness sake. I agree. Why should...
it was on that got the rebound.
Why should it be checked? If Rayner's off his line, it's been saved, but Son's followed it up with the rebound. Just give the goal. It's that whole Vardy penalty again versus Brighton when Ryan saved it. Is it still a VAR?
The VAR thing hasn't come up. No, they've kicked off. It's a goal.
It's definitely a goal, right? Okay,
yeah.
So we can clarify that Bergwijn with the assist for the challenge on him.
Will it be an assist though? Because he had it saved.
Oh no, it won't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll just be the goal, won't it?
Just be a Son goal for 3 points. Thank you, Salah and Mr. Vanilla. Brew's here. Afternoon, Brew. 3 points, Brew. God, so frustrating. So frustrating that he gone and got the rebound. Blast. How many minutes of stoppage time?
There's 3 minutes, but that was actually taken in stoppage time, so there might be a little bit extra.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. How's it going? You okay?
Well, you've just heard, seen, whatever you're doing, the reaction to the Son penalty save, then he goes and scores in the rebound.
No.
What on earth's going on? Crazy game.
No, I haven't because I've honest to God, I've just been on the FPL app looking at transfers for the next game week for my team.
Son had his penalty saved and then scored the rebound.
Oh, jammy git.
It's at half time now, 2-1 Tottenham.
Yeah, it's just.
Cheers, Paulie. Yeah.
Do you want to just quickly summarise the goals, Paulie? So it's 2-1 to Tottenham at half time. And
So the first one, Tottenham went in front. It was a cross from El Ghazi that got deflected into his own net by Alderweireld. And then he scored a rocket at the other side from a corner that I think got given to an Eric Dyer assist that hit him on the back of the leg. And then Son, with a penalty save, scored the rebound. And at the end of the half, actually, Son's got the physio looking at his arm again.
Say that again.
At the end of when the half-time whistle went, Son was hunched over again, and the physio was looking at his arm again.
Wow. So.
And then it's gone off for adverts now, so I haven't seen what's happening or anything now.
Well, based on that simple analogy, do you think that there's a chance that Son could be taken off and not be risked? Because I think that would be.
It's been. When he actually got fouled, I thought it was his leg, but you said that he were holding his arm. And the rest of the first half, he's actually been playing with his right sleeve rolled up, which is the arm that he actually hurt. So, and that's, I think, they were checking that as well again at the end of the half. Right. If it is something that's been nagging him for close to half an hour, I don't think there's any point.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for an FPL point of view, take him off.
Dan,
I wasn't laughing at the injury. I was just trying to bring Mane back into my team. It was like, you can't have more than 4 players from Liverpool. It's just like,
we'll come on to that in a minute. Do you know much about what's happening in this game at all?
I've just literally looked on a well-known just to keep up with it, and it sounds like quite an entertaining game. But I haven't. I'm going to watch the second half, but it sounds quite even, though, if I'm right in saying.
Well, it seemed more. I mean, Paul E will correct me if I'm wrong, but Aston Villa were on top in the first 19 minutes. They could have been 2 or 3 goals up quite easily. Jack Grealish easily could have had at least a minimum of a goal, but unfortunately not. And then it seemed to be the fact that Tottenham started to grow into the game, able to slowly contain Aston Villa, and then all of a sudden they've gone and nicked 2 goals. Would you say it's a fair summarisation so far, Paulie?
Yeah, the first 25 minutes, half an hour, were all Aston Villa, and then they started coming into it more and more Tottenham, and then they got the corner and the goal, and then the penalty at the end, which actually looked a really good tackle, and then obviously when they broke it down in VAR, it were a foul. Got lucky with the rebound as well, because obviously keeper saves it could go anywhere. Went straight to his feet and he put it back in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's been quite literally a roller coaster of a game, Dan. To be honest with you, it's been absolutely crazy. I mean, Godwin straight away. Son didn't get my assist points for Bergwijn. What on earth do you have Bergwijn for? Fair play for taking a punt on him. But so Dan, do you want to just tell us? You say you're what on the transfer screen? You're wanting to try and get Mane in. Well, what's going on here?
Oh, I don't know, Steve-o, mate. I just
post it in the team screen.
Redmond.
We'll get it up on screen.
Well, I mean, I'll post game week that seems to going to be 3 years. It's just that whole Redmond injury that really threw a spanner in the works. Obviously, you were dissing him on Friday, and yeah.
And Dan's gone. Brilliant. Unfortunately, Dan's in an area where it's very, very stormy and the internet connection, I know for fact, isn't particularly great in his area. I mean, I've got his team up on screen at the moment. Dan, if you're listening, just come back on air when you can. He was just obviously referring to the Redmond. He pulled up in training, and he's out for a month. Isn't that right, Paulie?
Oh, well, that's sorry.
Redmond.
Yeah, apparently he did it in the training session on Friday just before the game, and they said that it could be a month, and I've seen some people say it could be longer as well. I'm not sure whether it was his groin or his hamstring. I'm not sure which one it were, but...
But yeah, obviously Dan just mentioned there that I was kind of mocking the pick. There were reasonings behind the reason as to why I was mocking this, but... I mean, Jason made a point that Dan's continuation of jinxing players still coming to fruition because, of course, every player that Dan seems to bring in either gets injured, doesn't seem to score anymore. And
I keep asking James Bang who he's brought in because he keeps breaking people, doesn't he?
Well, you ask Dan who he's bringing in, so you don't actually bring that particular player in. In fact, let's just bring him in now. You ask me who I'm captaining, so you don't captain him, and then we ask James Bang who's just going to bring him in general. Dan, you were talking about Redmond, mate.
Yeah, he obviously got that injury in training Friday or something. So that was a massive blow. To bring a player in for a -4 and then to be 6.2 million in value and then not to play at home in a favourable fixture, although obviously Burnley come through in the end, it's just really annoying. I just don't know how long he's going to be out for.
Well,
that's the thing.
Paulie was just saying there probably a month, maybe a bit longer. And so you've now you're now in the genuinely in the panic mode.
Yeah, definitely. It's just because I think Mr. Bellamy was saying about your bench and building up a bench of players that actually have a chance of playing, even if they're budget mid-price players. And my bench, I've got Kelly, Maitland-Niles, and Greenwood. It's the absolute Asda bargain bucket budget bench you could have in FPL. Really, I don't know if Greenwood will come on for a blimmin' 1-point cameo against Chelsea. I don't think Maitland-Niles will play. Obviously, Kelly's injured. So, yeah, it's a bit of a problem, really.
And now you're trying to work out how to get in Mane.
It's just the hokey-cokey, my team. I'm looking at my team now. And so, obviously, got to get rid of Redmond. De Bruyne, Salah. So, I could either take out Sidibe or Mahrez. It just depends what happens on Wednesday. You know, if Mahrez has a really good game, then I'm going to take him out. But let's just say I don't take... I've got 8.1 million to play with. And I'm just looking at the options now. Charlton, straight swap.
So you've got 1.9 in the bank. Right, okay.
Yes, I'm not used to having money in the bank, you see, with FPL. So it's always a pleasant surprise. But, I mean, Richarlison's fixtures, they've got United at home.
From Redmond?
Yeah.
Do it. I think that's an excellent transfer. Paulie?
Yeah, I do as well. Yeah.
as a straight swap, mate, I think immediately that is a cracking option. You've just mentioned Everton's fixtures. Arsenal, I think that there's a very high chance that you could be beaten in that.
It's just gone off air again. I think his connection's gone again.
I'll continue speaking.
Just an update. Rain is currently on 3 bonus points. Son's on 2, and Mora and Dyer are both on 1. And that's the half time. Right,
okay. I've not been reading that. The chat are saying that it's Grealish on 2 points and Mora on 3. I don't know what on earth.
No, it's Rain 3, Son 2, Lucas Moura and Eric Dyer both on 1.
Right, okay. So yeah, Dan, we were just saying. So Arsenal away, I can see that being, a relatively high-scoring game, possibly. Certainly, Richarlison has a very decent chance of scoring in that. Man United at home again. I think that Richarlison has a high-scoring chance in that. Chelsea, it's just a livable game, really. I think as a straight swap, Redmond to Richarlison, that is an excellent excellent move.
Yeah, it is tempting, but knowing my luck, he'll probably get injured like in the next week or something. So,
Well, they play on Saturday. Yes. No, they play on Sunday versus you lot. On the 23rd of February. That's the next particular fixture.
And just a quick tip then for everybody watching: don't bring Richarlison in.
Yeah. we were just saying, Dan, that if you want to get advice on what not to do, you listen to me for who I'm going to captain, so you don't bother James Bang for who he's going to be bringing in along with you, because you guys seem to jinx these particular players. And
yeah, it is. It's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Because I was in the Discord yesterday morning and Paulie was in as well, and like we just talk about the team news, and I was just like, oh. That's just typical. I mean, Sidibe as well. I'm looking at him. He's just been crap since I got him in. Excuse my French, but he's just been rubbish. So I wouldn't mind getting rid of him, but is it really worth taking a hit? Probably not.
Still worthy of the vice captaincy, though, isn't it?
So glad Salah, even though he did nothing, I'm so glad he played. I say that he did nothing, but still, it would have been better than Sidibe. But yeah, I mean that's a decent swap. Have a little think about it. I'm a bit wary of doing it right now. And yeah, I think because when you look at the other options, going back to there's not. I mean, there's Ericsson. He could be one I could get in potentially. Who else?
Ericsson, think about it.
I'm joking.
Oh.
That's the sort of transfer I'd make. Get Ericsson and Lukaku in.
Well, at least he won't get minus points. That's the.
Yeah, you got a positive way to look at it. But yeah, like 8.1 below. Marshall, he's a constant troll. Madison at 7.5, but recently his returns have been shocking. Really have been poor, like 2 points, 1 point, 2 point, 2 point, 2 point. 11,
Madison,
1.1 point. You get the idea.
I think if you're going to go with a Leicester asset, I personally would be going with Harvey Barnes, the form player for Leicester. Or if you want a punt, Perez, maybe.
No.
No?
No. It's just that's a guy I had early in the season, and just I had him in. I kept the faith of some reason, and he just flopped. I know he got 15-point haul against West Ham. He seems to have these purple patches like every 4 or 5 game weeks. He'll get a double-digit haul. It's just because the fixtures for Leicester, once again, they got Norwich away, Villa home, Watford away, Brighton at home. I know they did lose to Villa in the Cup, but bad fixtures, isn't they?
Well, we were discussing Leicester, whether to hold on to Vardy or not. And I said immediately, just get him gone. I'm just somebody that if the player isn't informed, just get him gone, especially in fixtures you'd like to think they'd score him. But of course, we all know what happens the second you get rid of them. They kick on and start scoring. But Perez seems to be a pattern, so to speak. Double-digit haul, single digits for 2 games, double-digit haul, single digits for 2 games, and guess what, Dan? The next fixture suggesting up against who are they up against next? It is Man City. Oh, Man City at home. Got a chance of getting a double-digit score versus them, but yeah, maybe for you, maybe just go with maybe a 1-week punt. But I think if you can do Richarlison in for free, straight swap, is that meaning that you'll have 0 in the bank?
Yeah, 0, and that's the thing with it, really. So yeah, I mean so I would have a midfield then of Mahrez, Salah, Richarlison, De Bruyne, and then Fleck as the 5 million enabler, the playing enabler.
Why would you never play Maitland-Niles like every week? Because
he doesn't play at the moment. He's Bellerin, basically. Like he was doing quite well actually at that position, and then basically Bellerin came back, scored against Chelsea, played really well, and he hasn't played the last 2 games. But
I'll be back in a minute, Steve.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, the game is about to kick off. Are you going to stay with us, Dan, for the second half, or?
Yeah, go on
Yeah,
then. Might
just
as well.
stay around for the second half for crying out loud. It's all going to be a bit of fun and everything.
Just for the second half, though. Then I've got to pop out afterwards. No more of this extra 2 hours.
Well, we'll be reacting live, obviously, to the Arsenal team news. Obviously, you being an Arsenal fan, it'd be very interesting to see what's going on. And yeah, it's we've had no news regarding whether Son is coming out in the second half or not. Paulie will keep us up to date on that. But yeah, the team news will be released at 4:30 for the Arsenal game and everything. But as a obviously Tottenham being your rivals and everything, it must be very disappointing how Aston Villa have been relatively on top of the game and are losing at half time.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I do expect Tottenham to win in this game. I did predict a win for them on Friday evening. So, but Villa, they've had some decent results this season. You think maybe it could be one where they slip up, but yeah, I mean, I'm not too surprised. But yeah, you expect Villa to give them a good game at home, but Tottenham, Son, got some dangerous players, particularly on the counter attack. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Is what I'm saying.
When this Redmond news came through at 11:30 or whatever time it was yesterday afternoon, did you just say to yourself, "I don't even know why I effing bother with this game"?
Yeah, pretty. I just couldn't believe it. I said I just was in disbelief at the time, and it's annoying because with the Southampton Burnley game, I was kind of looking forward to watching it, knowing that like 2 of my players would be playing, and then it's just like that whole, can't be bothered to watch it now. I watched a little bit of it, but it makes it more exciting when obviously it's 2 teams you're not following, and you've got a few players playing, and it's like the start of the weekend, and then it's just this whole like, you take a gamble, and then it's like you don't even get a chance to see if it pays off when it just, you get, and it's just, I suppose it will be more annoying if I had like something really to play for, but I think this happened so much during the season. I'm kind of almost
Bergwijn in here. Oh, Paulie, what was going on there?
Aston Villa had a free kick and it got cleared, and Bergwijn just used his pace and he was running one-on-one with a defender, and it's gone out for a corner. I think he used his strength on one of the defenders, ran from halfway line one-on-one.
And thanks to Mr. Blue, Nathan's son is still.
It's gone out for a goal kick actually.
It's a goal kick, is it? Right. Okay.
Has it been given a corner? Oh, it's been given a corner, but it went out off Tottenham player.
Oh, better turn that off.
Yeah, and just before that free kick that Aston Villa had, it was because Lucas Moura went flying in on Jack Grealish.
Of course. Yeah, Dan, we were talking, weren't we, the other day, how Mourinho likes to pick on key players of teams, and it does seem like he has gone and said, target Grealish. But there's been no yellow
Massive
cards.
compliment. Oh, just seen that now.
There's been no yellow cards dished out at all, has there, Paul?
No, not yet, no.
Soft referee.
Well, it is frustrating because
Aurier could have been booked in first 10 minutes for 2 fouls on Grealish.
Yeah.
Come on, Villa.
Taffy saying, I had Chris Wood as a differential. Got injured, didn't he, Paulie? Was it in the game or before the match started? I think
it went off during the game, first half.
Yeah, and that's because Vidra came on, didn't he?
He pulled up with his hamstring, I think, in first half.
Great result, Ada.
That could be a couple.
Brilliant goal from Vidra. That goal from Vidra was like, I don't know what he had for breakfast, but he spun that defender, put it through Walker Peters and slammed it in. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant goal. That great result for Burnley as well.
It was.
It's a fact as well that he's probably going to be starting now, because both the strikers are out.
Yes, him and
Jay Rodriguez as well.
Yeah, but Ashley Barnes is returning back to training.
Is it? All right.
Training soon. So,
Son's in.
yeah.
Nice goal from Ings as well. Muted celebration.
Oh, that was a fantastic goal. Yeah, I'm not gonna. He didn't have a muted celebration. I looked at that and I was thinking that he was. I don't know, he seemed like when I saw his celebration, it seemed like it was like a really angry kind of like an FU to Burnley. It seemed it was almost like I'm so happy that I've scored against.
Well, it wasn't quite Emmanuel Adebayor against Arsenal, but it was. It was. I think it's more a case of the fact that at first he didn't like go nuts, and then afterwards he did because he hasn't scored for like apart from in the cup, he hasn't scored in the Premier League. Well, no, for a few games, isn't it, in the Premier League? So he just seemed to be letting that frustration out. I mean, that game against Wolves, like he didn't score.
Well, he scored in the FA Cup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know he scored in the cup, but still, maybe that's it. I don't know. I mean, the thing with players scoring against their old teams, it's like Lampard when he scored against Chelsea. You can understand he's not gonna celebrate, but some players, I think they're just so up for it against their old teams that secretly they're loving it. So.
You just mentioned Wolves. Did you enjoy that 0-0, or were you just absolutely perplexed at what was going on? And what were your thoughts on the disallowed goal?
Yeah, the disallowed Wolves have seemed to have had some bad luck with the disallowed goals this season.
Sorry, Dan. El Ghazi with some action there, Paulie.
Yeah, cross came in and that Samatta chested it down and El Ghazi hit it, but Lloris saved it. No, really good first touch on him, that new striker for Villa.
Are we really going to...
So
sounds like Tottenham are on... It's almost like a 50-50 at the moment. Aston Villa...
Yeah, it's end-to-end.
How are you finding it so far, Dan, after watching the first 5 minutes or so?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit behind.
How far are you behind,
in
all seriousness? A minute or so?
So it's 50 minutes and 12 seconds. I don't know what Paulie's at now.
What are you at, Paulie?
51:27.
Oh, so you're about a minute behind then, Dan.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on, Dan.
No, it seems quite end-to-end. But going back to the Wolves game, I thought that offside was very, very hard. Or you got Bowley? Somebody had Bowley in our league.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, because it seemed like the guy further out. I think it was that Neto. I think his name is. He was in the offside position, but it's just so marginal. And the Wolves have had it. A really long VAR decision, and but yeah, good result for Leicester, I suppose. Like kind of coming back a little bit, getting a clean sheet away from home with 10 men. That Chowdhury though, he does go in. He goes in for the challenges full-blooded. Like I've seen it before this season, and it's the first red card they've had this season. But he's a good tackler, but sometimes sort of goes in a bit too much. So yeah, it was waiting to happen.
Got an Aston Villa Paulie, Aston Villa corner Paulie. Who's taking this one? Is it Target? Is it Grealish?
No, it's a Grealish's side.
Oh! We've got a goal!
Grealish assist and goal.
Come on, Danny boy!
I'm behind, so
I know you're a minute behind.
I've seen this goal. Like it's like you guys are in the future. So
you're a minute behind. I know. Sorry, Dan, but it's not going to go to VAR, is it, Paulie?
I've not seen anything.
Oh, fantastic! Absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get Dan's reaction.
He couldn't have put that corner into a better spot with his hand right on the edge at 6-yard box.
Come on!
All right, it's coming.
Here we go, Dan.
Why are you so happy, Steve?
So I've got Grealish.
Oh, sorry.
It's the only reason why I'm covering the game.
God. Have a look. I'm still miles behind. Hold on.
Brilliant.
It's about 25 minutes in.
No, it's now 2-2.
Yeah, go on. Up the Villa. Let's get a third goal.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't
agree.
got any players playing tonight, but you know.
Oh, that is fantastic. Absolutely
I
fantastic.
don't even know this guy's Engel.
Yeah, Engels, God, yeah. Down the other end.
And now Son's got a corner, Paulie.
Towering. How did Bywell involved again and towered over him and put it in?
Oh, bit of
What's
huffing and
business?
puffing, Paulie there.
Sent it back post and Dele Alli got around the back, headed it back across, got there just in front of Eric Dyer, and they've cleared it out.
Well, that was his first ever goal for Villa.
He signed this year, didn't he? Dan?
Hello?
Was that his first? He signed this year, didn't he?
Yes, yeah. So that was his first career goal. Do we think Villa are going to stay up?
There are them, Brighton, obviously Watford, West Ham, and Bournemouth. Those are the 5 teams that they are going to be looking over their shoulder. I just defensively, Aston Villa aren't good enough. And the fact that Tyrone Mings, I don't know if you're aware or not, Tyrone Mings isn't playing today. And I said,
big loss.
Yeah, I think there's something about him, a bit like with Van Dijk. When it comes to Liverpool, he makes them a bit more stable, a bit more confident, and he's out today, and they've conceded twice, albeit okay, yeah, it was a penalty and everything, but it's no coincidence that when he's not playing, they seem to concede quite a lot, and it's been a story of their season all year, not being able to. And they conceded the most amount of goals behind Norwich or something like that.
Yeah. That's so. Ooh.
Another corner to Aston Villa. I think it's the 10th corner that.
It's crazy the amount of corners that they've actually had. Absolutely crazy.
I wonder if Phil's had a bet on corner game, and he normally has some random bet on something like that.
Yeah, Dan, is it really stormy down your end?
Oh, it's not as windy today. Actually, it's still wet. It was actually a bit of sun, very briefly, and now it's wet again. But yeah, yesterday it was just crazy, really.
So yeah, 2-2 everybody. Engels just getting the goal thanks to a Grealish corner. So yes, everybody, Grealish has got his assist, which means, I believe, Paulie, he's on 3 bonus points now.
Yeah, I haven't had a look, but I've just read that in chat. I can have a look for you.
Hacken, Bergwijn did not get an assist because Son missed the penalty. Unfortunately, yes, if you're a Son owner, very lucky.
Reina and Grealish are both on 3. Engels is on 1. So Son's out of the bonus points now.
Spurs on the attack, Paulie.
Bergwijn, saved by Reina. Aston Villa are making a sub as well, but I can't see what's coming on.
Phil. I need Engels and Drinkwater yellow card to win £350. I am hoping, I am praying for you, Phil, because that is that your do you know if that's his in match betting, Paulie?
They'll put that on before the game, won't they?
Yeah. So it would be his
Engels. I think Drinkwater's the most likely to get booked. Engels is not really.
Isn't Drinkwater on loan from Burnley or something random? Am I
Yeah,
right?
saying
No,
that,
from Chelsea.
saying that, Danny Drinkwater's going off.
Oh.
He's just being subbed off now
Oof.
for Marvelous Nakamba.
Damn.
Best name in football, that ain't it?
Hey, Jason, welcome to the stream. Evening, Jason. Lucky boy as ever.
Eric Dyer's going off and Lo Celso's coming on for Tottenham.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they've took a defensive player off and gone with an attacking player. And they both went off at like 59-30 as well.
How are you finding this experience, Dan, genuinely, of watching a game live, so to speak, and being part of a show and being able to react and giving your own opinion on everything? And has Dan gone? There he is.
It isn't waiting room.
Dan, I was just asking, how are you finding this experience, watching a game and being part of the show that you've been in for the last 20 minutes or so?
Yeah, cool. I mean, I don't know what's going on why this.
Bully!
Mora to Sonny had a shot from 18 yards. It was saved by Rayner, and Villa just cleared it out for a throw-in.
I'll ask you, Dan, sorry, before you go back to that answering of the question. Rayner is the transfer that Aston Villa got in on loan from... I don't even... Do you know what? I don't even know where he came from. What do you think of that?
I think it was... Was it AC Milan?
From AC Milan, I think.
Yeah, AC Milan. Yeah, it's kind of like... It's a bit nostalgic, really, because obviously he left Liverpool, what was it, like 6 or 7 years ago now, when he went to Napoli. And obviously they needed a keeper with... God, I can't remember Villa's keeper. Heaton getting that injury, which obviously caused me a problem for my team because I had Heaton in for quite some time. But yeah, experienced goalkeeper, knows the Premier League. They need to get someone in with this injury, and it makes sense, really.
Jason, the only thing that Aure is going to do is get you a red card based on the opening.
Oh, Son! Oh.
So yeah, you were telling us about your experience like doing this. I know you've only been on for like 20 minutes, but yeah, you just. But before you answer that, Tottenham are on the break.
Yeah,
Paulie?
Son's in into area. I defended well. Still got the ball though.
This reminds me of earlier on. We were trying to concentrate on Lucas Kirkby's wildcard team, but every second there was something going on. So, Dan, you may be able to tell us what it's like watching a game on stream.
No, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's a shame. Well, I don't know if you guys have heard about this potential Netflix-style Premier League streaming service.
Oh, I pray that happens.
That'll be quality, yeah. Because, obviously, if that was the case, then it will make it a bit easier.
But once again, it's something that's so quote-unquote logical to do, but you just know it won't happen. How many people will purchase that? Well, I'm telling you now, I'm one of them. If it was
Jack Grealish is over another corner. It just jumped up and misheaded ball. Free header as well. El Ghazi's down with a head injury in area.
Come on, Villa.
Same person, Grealish to Engels.
It's quite an exciting game.
Up. Oh, was it? I don't know what he's done there. He's took his head eye off ball. It's just hit him on top of head.
It is an exciting game, Dan. It's just been end to end. Two teams that just can't defend. But no, the FPL Maestro making a point that a lot of people will purchase that. If it makes money, they'll do it. But I think that they just won't do it because I just don't think that the Premier League will be willing to do this, so to speak. But my basic understanding again, Dan, is that if it was to go ahead, it could be the end of the 3 p.m. bans on live football or something?
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I mean, at the moment, you've obviously got Sky, Amazon, and BT. So like, if you want to watch all the games, you have to have 3 kind of different subscriptions to, watch different, and it's just lunacy, really. So yeah, I don't know the business side of it, whether the Premier League, whether it will work for them or whatever, but it's very expensive to to have a monthly subscription. And I made this point before, all the games, they're not always on. Like there was Villa, talking about Villa, there was Man United Villa back in December, 4:00 kickoff, that no channel was showing it. So my friend who's got Sky and BT couldn't watch the team he supports in one of the biggest games of their season when they got a draw. And Grealish got a goal.
Cheers, Tobias, for the kind words there. Love watching Elite FPL with a game on at the same time. It's definitely something that I really want to do. I know that, in fact, forget that, I have done it. When Jason's been live, doing the Saturday FPL Live 3 p.m. kickoffs, and I've been unfortunate not to be able to join him, or I'm going to be joining later on, I've just put the game, while I've been driving home, I've put the stream on, and it's an absolute joy. I mean, Paulie, I'll get your thoughts on what you think of. I know you're actually normally one of our correspondents, but whenever you have watched, like yesterday, for example, what do you think of it being watching us while watching a game at the same time?
Yeah, I obviously I'll always watch the games as well, but I always have the stream on the computer, and then I've got the TV on as well. So I think radio is just a little bit in front. So I do see your reaction before the goal actually goes in on the TV, but it's not as bad as being a minute behind. I enjoy it.
You're I was just saying, Dan, you're another one that watches us occasionally live and kind of gets amassed into the experience of what we're going through.
Yeah, it's exciting. Like, it's kind of like just seeing the live reactions, and then like, say like if you've got players playing, and just even on the replay. Actually, to be fair, I last night I wanted to watch like your reactions to obviously like Mane scoring, and it's just the thing with it is, Steve, it's just what everyone else is going through. Like when Mane scored, I was like, oh, what a brilliant goal, and then because this game week's just dragged on, I actually forgot that I took him out. It feels like an eternity ago. So 2 players that I've taken out actually Lundstrom and Mane have both scored. Excuse my bad language. Sorry.
Well, that's 3.
One of the things I like about it as well is how you can get a Manchester United fan watching it, Liverpool scoring, but still cheering a Mane goal.
I'll never do that. That people like that just make me sick.
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier on regarding Burnley, and it was it was Suj, but also GW26 is somebody that is notorious to essentially doesn't care about West Ham because he knows they're going to lose, so he just supports the team that he has of FPL players. I could not do that. I couldn't care less if I had Man City versus Burnley and I had Aguero captain. I'd rather Burnley try and win and get something out of it. So
that one game, weren't there, where it was supporting other team, and then when his player got took off, he started cheering for West Ham. Then
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
an hour into the game,
it was Trent Alexander-Arnold, wasn't it?
Opposition, and then one of his players went off, and he was like, "I can cheer for West Ham now."
Yeah, that's right. Ziza Hill. What's the score? It's 2-2. Thanks to goals from Alderweireld getting the first. It was an own goal. El Ghazi with the assist for that. Then Alderweireld again scoring for Tottenham with a rocket of a shot. Dyer with the assist. And then Ben Bergwijn was fouled. Well, we assumed it went out for a corner, but it was then taken to a VAR decision, and it was overruled. And of course, there was a penalty given. Reina saved the penalty, but then Son then put in the rebound 2-1, and then that was 2-1 at half time, and then at the break. Just after the break, Grealish sent in the corner, and it was Engels that got the goal. So Grealish is on 3 bonus so far, Paulie.
And I'll just have a look. Yeah, Grealish 3, Reina 2, Son and Engels both on 1. Great defending that.
Sorry, I don't know, James. James Bang has just sent in the most wonderful message to myself, and I will. You know what, James? I will put it up on screen if I can. Well, no, I know I can. But if anybody can read this, that is hilarious, James. So I will read it out. I doubt you'll even be able to read this, so I'll just read it. You'll both appreciate this, Dan and Paulie. Don't worry, Steve, about... I'm just going to add this next, but don't worry about the £3 that Dan just cost us. I just donated £100 of Bitcoin to Jason. This stream can be X-rated.
Oh, I see. I didn't even realise that would happen.
No. I'm being facetious. I always... because me and Jason always worry about the fact that I don't like swearing anyway, unless it's like for a particular a genuine reason, but i.e. Aguero scoring a hat-trick, but James, you really didn't have to. Go on, Dan.
No, it's just, that realisation when you're asking me questions about my team, and I realised that the 2 players I took out both scored, and neither of them started, actually. Neither of them started the game.
Who's this, sorry?
Lundstrom,
That's
although
right,
Gomez got a clean sheet, and Mane.
Yeah, neither of them started, no. You've
And
only just
Redmond didn't start the bloody game either.
No. I'm telling you now, if Mane had started, he would have got a hat-trick yesterday.
It was a brilliant goal, though. Fair.
We've got some breaking news for you, Dan. It's the it's the Arsenal team news, mate. Now this is interesting. Now you'd be very interested in this.
Thier is playing.
Leno in goal. Yeah, Bellerin, Mustafi, David Luiz, Saka. Ceballos is starting. Xhaka, Ozil, Pepe, Nketiah, and Aubameyang.
Oh, that is interesting. Lacazette dropped. Wow.
Yeah, Lacazette on the bench. Socrates, Martinez. In fact, yeah, Martinelli's on the bench.
Martinez on bench.
Yeah. Oh my. What are the thoughts behind starting Nketiah, do you reckon?
Grealish.
What's that, Paulie?
It's just got it.
Hold on.
Tons of space at edge at box.
Oh, Ali. What's going on?
Grealish had tons of space at edge at box, and he had his shot blocked, and then Tottenham went downfield, and Dele Alli was in, and he got tackled and smothered by the goalie. And now Villa back on attack.
So yeah,
I don't know there's not been a yellow card yet. Some tackles
good
flying.
Good point. Yeah, very, very good point indeed. Sorry, Dan, you were saying about your reaction to the Arsenal team. It was predominantly the Nketiah and maybe Pepe as well, and even Ceballos.
Yeah, Ceballos. He's not played for I can't remember the last time he played. Honestly, can't. He started the season quite well, and then he just drifted, and he actually there was a chance of him leaving in January, and cancelling his loan. So I'm kind of glad, because Newcastle are going to put up a brick wall, and we need creative players to break them down. I mean, Pepe and Ceballos didn't start against Burnley. Nketiah got a goal against Bournemouth in the Cup. It's interesting that... Oh, hello, Ali. That he started. So, but
Grealish
Lacazette
has
has.
just been took out again. There's still no yellow card. Grealish has just been fouled again on edge at box. A free kick at edge at box.
He's a marked man.
Come on, Tottenham.
It-
Aston Villa, sorry.
It's not just the
Oh,
same
mate.
player though. It was Bergwijn that fouled him 20 seconds ago. It's Winks that's just fouled him now at edge at
Oh,
box.
that doesn't surprise me. That's Mourinho tactic.
Yeah, like Aurier first couple.
Pepe Reign.
Yeah, it's not really in shooting position this though. It's going to be a crossing between the penalty box and touchline.
Well,
And it's from Matt Target's side to whip it in as well, but they're both over it, Target and Grealish.
we'll stay with you for this commentary, Paulie, because, well, let's hope that.
Yeah, just to address a comment in chat from, I don't know how to pronounce this, Arigori. Ceballos says, yeah, he has been injured, but he's also been on the bench a lot recently. So that is kind of quite surprising. And then Ketia, I mean, Martinelli's done nothing to be dropped. So, but obviously we've got Olympiacos away on Thursday. So maybe he's thinking about that game as well.
Romelo and I've just seen Nick Patel saying about Torreira. Why do you think he's not starting?
Not sure. Maybe, like I say, I keep saying they got this game away to Olympiacos on Thursday, so maybe he's going to play in that game, and then obviously another game next Sunday, a bit of rotation. But yeah, I would like to see Torreira start, not from an FPL point of view, but just from an Arsenal point of view. He is, particularly since Arteta's taken over, he adds, that dynamic pit ball in the midfield that will kind of drive forward and make the tackle, give a lot of energy to the team. But yeah, Aubameyang, Chelsea flyer there, bigging up the Arsenal man. See, I've got him as well, so hoping for a hat trick today.
The team used for Newcastle, it's pretty much as you'd expect. Dubravka in goal, Lazaro, Fernandez, Lascelles, Kieran Clark, Danny Rose starts, Sean Longstaff, Bentaleb. Is this Bentaleb's first game for Newcastle? Will I be right in saying that, Paulie or Dan?
Yeah, I think it is.
No, I would have thought it would be Almiron, St Maxim, and Joe Linton. And Dan, just remind us what you're thinking on this particular fixture. I think you said 1-0 to Arsenal. That's what I predicted. I think a very tight game.
I'm going to say 2-1 Arsenal. I think Newcastle have done. They're unbeaten in the last 4 games.
Oh,
And it's going to be a very tough game. Like, they beat Chelsea not too long ago. Sorry, Chelsea Fly, I had to remind you. They drew at Wolves. They drew at Everton. They're doing well, so it's going to be a tough game.
And it's Lazaro. Thank you, Arioki. And Lazaro's first start for Newcastle too. Hello, Hash Brown. Well, welcome to myself, Paulie, and now Dan. Just quickly reacting live to all that's going on between Aston Villa and Tottenham at the moment. It's 2-2, thanks to goals from quite literally Alderweireld, Engels, and Son. A rebound penalty. Dan, I'll ask you, Son, should we be getting him in our teams? He's now scored, 3 times in a row?
Yeah, he does. I mean, what is he, 10 million? So if you can get him in, the way he seems to be the focal point at the moment. From what I've seen in this game, he's been like driving forward, and I can see him returning in the next few fixtures. Actually, like they've got Chelsea, Wolves, Burnley, Man United, West Ham. So a mixture of fixtures, but yeah, he seems to be on form, and he does seem to have these purple patches during the season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm certainly seriously thinking of having to bring him in because it just doesn't seem to not stop scoring.
I say
What's going on, Paulie?
Trezeguet's just had ball at edge at box, and Grealish were free. and he didn't pass it to him. He's had a shot and it's been
Right.
blocked out.
So
for
in
a
other
corner.
words, when Grealish should have shot and he tried to get an assist, whoever it was, and now the other way round has gone for an effort.
It's in so much space as well.
Fury.
FPL Boone Alderweireld has the speed of a snail. Absolutely shocking. Just overall, Paulie, how are you going to see this game ending? Because how long have we got left? About
It's 10 minutes, 79 minutes they're in. So 10 minutes plus stoppage time.
Can you see a winner in here, or do you think they're just going to end up cancelling each other out?
I can see a winner actually. Aston Villa are finishing the game the stronger at the minute. Grealish has been really good.
Manchester Red Spurs legitimately play like someone on FIFA getting used to the controller. Well, Nick Patel, Spurs will score late. It wouldn't surprise me. Maybe winning another 3-2. Maybe.
As long as Tanganga comes on and scores, I don't mind.
Yeah. Aston Villa on the attack, Balling.
Oh, what a ball! Oh, good defending. Yeah, Grealish just played the ball in behind the defence, and Trezeguet were running onto it, but Aurier managed to clear it. That's one of them balls into box that defenders hate having to defend.
Dan, if you're making food, can you can you make me a fry up, please?
I'm making a cup of tea actually.
Not going to be having any shots of vodka, no?
Oh, not me. I'm clean. I've got a bottle of vodka in my fridge. No, I think I got rid of it actually. It was about 2 years old. I don't know how long you can keep vodka for, but you're the expert, mate.
Poor.
Friend of the show, Lewis Kirkby, did his wild card, Dan, and he's got Aubameyang in there. Do you reckon that's the right decision, having Aubameyang in there? Or would you maybe go with a 3-5-2 moving forward if you had a wild card again?
Fantastic choice. Yeah, I mean, with the fixtures coming up, I'd expect some good returns from Aubameyang. That's why I've got him in. That's why I took Vardy out a few game weeks ago. Yeah, okay, he was a bit ring rusty against Burnley because he obviously had that 3-match suspension. But yeah, like I said before, with those fixtures coming, Newcastle, Everton, West Ham at home, Brighton away, Southampton away, Norwich at home, sorry. Up to game week 32. I mean, they're not easy games by no stretch of the imagination, but I would expect some good returns in those games, and particularly now with Ceballos, Pepe seeming to get a chance, it should be more players be able to assist him. So, logically speaking, it looks like a good move, but how much logic have we seen this season at FPL?
I'm assuming Aubameyang will be playing through the centre today.
Yes. I would assume so. We'll have to see.
With Nketiah and Pepe flanking.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Nketiah is a central striker, so we'll have to wait and see. It might be the case that because Arteta has played him out on the wing quite a lot since
both teams
he's taken
are making
over.
subs.
So
Fernandez is coming on, and Dele Alli's gone off, and Samata's gone off, and Baston has come on. So I think that's both teams have made all three now.
I've made all 3 subs, so Son is going to be staying on then. An update.
In fact, no, Tottenham have made 2. Villa have made all 3.
Ah, right. Okay. So Aston Villa shoring up to maybe...
Mora. Free header in 6-yard box, and he's headed it wide from a corner.
this game's just relentless, isn't it? Really, there's no kind of let up. It's constantly 2 teams.
I'm detecting the fact that
you're detecting a goal.
It's going to finish 3-2.
But the question is, which way though? Could it go either way, Paulie?
Yeah, either way.
Well, at the moment, it's the bonus points stand. Rayner on 3, Grealish on 2, and Son on 1. But if there's a winner in this, if there is a goal scorer in this particular game, yeah, hopefully, well, we're all going to be hoping Grealish. Do you think he's proved himself today, Paulie? That
Grealish is being best player by far today, I think. Hopefully he's at Man United next year.
Hopefully at Man United next year. Dan, do you think this will happen?
Well, I mean, if Villa got relegated, he'll be looking to move to a big team, so it could happen. Yeah,
I think even if Villa stay up, I think he'll still go.
He's a true Villa fan, though, isn't he? He's a true Brummie. True Villa.
Shot saved. It's gone out for a corner.
Going back to the Arsenal game, Dan, Hash Brown is thinking that Nketiah will play up front and Aubameyang out wide.
Could happen. Yeah, it could happen because Nketiah's a striker, out and out striker. So I wouldn't be surprised. I'd probably expect that to happen.
Son with the effort there.
Son, what a save.
Unbelievable save.
I told you it's going to be 3-2. And now Grealish is on the attack. Oh, he's been tackled.
Mourinho looks old.
That's disgusting.
What's happened here?
Yeah, yellow card. Gilbert's just gone flying in on Bergwijn and got a yellow card for it.
Yeah. So of all players, it was an Aston Villa player that's gone and got a card.
Yeah.
Not Tottenham. Brilliant. Typical.
Oh.
What are your thoughts so far on the game, Dan?
Yeah, really, really entertaining game. Like Son's been, central to everything. Spurs, Grealish for Villa, as you'd expect, really. Two teams going for it. I do agree with what Boona was saying about Mora. He just sort of seems to run into blind alleys sort of thing, and then he'll sometimes come up with a bit of magic. But bloody hell, Rainer's having a good game here, isn't he? But just the fact that players haven't been booked kind of makes it more just end to end and play. Keeps the game flowing. I'm trying to say. So it's been a very entertaining match.
Oh, it's a quality save that from that Son shot a minute ago.
How many saves is Rainer on? Do we know? I mean, I could find out.
They've had 8 shots on target, Tottenham.
Wow. So one more, he's going to get 3 points alone from saves.
Also being 18 corners, Steve.
18 corners.
Wow. Villa have had 12.
What's happening here, Paulie? Some stoppage in play?
One of the Tottenham players is down. Engels is down holding his head. I didn't see what happened.
Probably still recovering from that header.
Villa players are complaining though, so I don't know if it was an elbow or something.
Do you think this is a game, Dan, that...
Ooh.
Oh, his own players elbowed him inside the face.
Brilliant.
That's nasty, that.
Well, they've made all their subs, haven't they? So
it's one of them things where if that had have happened to one of the opposition players, it could have been a yellow. But because he's elbowed his own player, his own teammate, it's nothing. It was Gilbert as well, so it'd have been a second yellow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Apparently, Rainer's only had 4 saves in this particular fixture. A GB, cover up those tattoos. Where's the shirt and tie? We only wear shirt and ties for special occasions, my friend. That's all we use them for. Blimey.
Was that the GB?
The GB, yes.
Hello, GB. If you remember.
It's going to end 2-2, isn't it? It sounds like. I don't think there's going to be a winner. I think they're just going to cancel each other out. How long's left, Paulie?
We're into 89th minute.
So including about 5 minutes?
It can't come up with how much stoppage time.
Yeah, I would probably guess about 5 minutes overtime at a random guess. You throw in the VAR stoppages and everything, but they don't seem to do much. They don't seem to throw much stoppage time for VAR, do they, Dan?
No, VAR seems to go on for about 5 minutes every potential goal disallowed, and then seem to be added. I'm not sure why, but yeah, I mean, this game, like I say, it's been Tottenham were dead favourites for the bookies to win this game, but it's been tougher than. Yeah, it was something stupid. Like they were dead on to win. But yeah, a draw seems to be a fair result.
Well,
from what
I
I'm seeing.
predicted 2-1 to Tottenham. I thought that they'd just
Laura.
edge it. I did think it'd be a pretty open game, but Tottenham with their quality would shine through. And it actually turns out it just seems that Aston Villa have just come out the traps and just thought, you know what, let's just go for this. The weather doesn't seem to have any effect. The weather hasn't had any effect in this game whatsoever, has it, Paulie?
No, not at all. No.
No.
It's been raining all game, but the wind's not played a factor in or anything. At a 4-minute added time.
Daily Llama's going to be making something to eat and ready for the Aubameyang show.
Corner to Tottenham.
Cheers, Llama. Take it easy, pal. Corner to Tottenham, another one.
Another one, yeah.
Yes, I mean Villa have done well. I mean Spurs, like the last 20. I mean Son's had some good chances, but Rangers made some excellent saves, really, to keep them in the game.
Thankfully, from a relegation battle point of view, a point will be, well, obviously not getting any points is perfect, but only getting a point today would be perfect for us, Burnley. But we're just so far. I mean, we were asked earlier on, Dan, about teams to be relegated or whatever. But who do you think are going to be looking over their shoulder?
Well, not a case of looking over. Obviously, we know Norwich have gone. I've got a horrible feeling that Bournemouth will go down, unfortunately. That game away to Sheffield United when they took the lead, you know, you kind of thinking, oh, this could be another great result after beating Brighton, but yeah, I've got a bad feeling that Bournemouth will go down, unfortunately. And then I think West Ham could go down as well. I'm sorry, G-Wiz, but been very poor this.
Well, it's
That's
like you said about...
another save from Reina.
Oh, so that'd be his 7th.
Yeah, form today.
Oh, another yellow card.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's just gone flying in and took him out again.
Who's he, Paulie?
He is walking towards, so I can't see his name. I think is it Conser?
Oh, right, yes. The Aston Villa defender.
Oh, no, it's Nakamba, sorry.
Oh, right.
With a foul on Bergwijn out on the left wing, so it's chance for a cross in.
Oh, hold on a minute. Yeah, we'll stay with you, Paulie. Son's about to take the free kick.
It's in swinger.
Come on. Will he get an assist? Will Tottenham get a goal? No. It's completely been wasted, hasn't it, Paulie?
It went over the head of 2 Tottenham players and got headed out, and then the shot has gone out for a goal kick now.
How long's left?
Just going into last minute of added time.
Last minute of added time. So
yeah, so we're in 94th minute now.
Can that? No, there's not going to be a winner in this game now. I think that's going to end up as a draw. Incredible if Villa were to get or maybe just go for it.
Yeah, if you want Nakamba, Steve Rain has been really good.
Stop! What's going on, Paulie?
Oh, Son's in.
Oh, it's 3-2.
Son's in, Son.
Yes.
Son scored 3-2 Tottenham. Told you to be 3-2.
Villa, this is sham.
That were awful defending. He's gone to control, it's gone under his foot, and Son just ran onto it.
Bloody hell. Phoenix can be loving it.
You may be
Come
wondering...
on, you Spurs! Let's go! Stupid gone! Let's go, baby! Davy P, where you at?
right, Boona.
Bloody hell, man. What a crap game, mate.
Oh, it's angles as well.
Of course,
He's
Son's
miscontrolled
gonna get 3 bonus.
Oh,
Oh, I feel sick.
Well, I don't, because
It doesn't even really affect me FPL-wise, but I just feel sick.
I'm out at Champions League now.
everybody,
Oh, poorly.
I've won a bet. I've actually won a bet. Unbelievable.
Oh my god, that is horrendous. Defending. So I'm just catching up now, guys.
Round.
Nice finish from Son, though. Oh, that is gutting for Villa, though.
This is the most pointless substitution in the world, this.
And what is the substitution?
Vertonghen's coming on in the 96th minute.
Oh,
So
that's
he's going to
shocking.
literally run on pitch and whistle's going to go. Mara's going off, Vertonghen's coming on.
What happened there, though? Engels, that is
Oh, it's
just...
not Bergwijn's going off instead of Mara.
That defending. Like you said, Theo, though, that...
It's awful defending that.
He's going to feel absolutely gutted now. That...
oh, what an end.
Nice finish, though.
Not
Under
finished
pressure.
yet.
Bruno, come on, be honest here. You should be beating teams like this. Aston
Yeah,
Villa
well-
should have won this game. I mean,
As it was shocking. But
What's Mourinho doing?
FPL points, baby. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Full time 3-2 to Tottenham.
Oh my god, I don't see where those. Is Son up to any bonus?
oh, he will
It
be.
will
He'll
be.
be
It'll
getting
be on 3
3.
now, won't it?
He'll be getting the full 3. Of course, he
He might be
on.
on 2. Rayner was quite high up in the BAPS. But hey, I'm complaining. That's another minimum 7 points. Come
Yes.
on.
Son's on 3, Rayner's on 2, Grealish on 1.
Oh, the relief. You have no idea.
Tell us why the relief? Why? Tell us.
Just shocking game week again. And Grealish was on for 2 bonus. And Davy P's got Grealish. Son missed a penalty and then scored a rebound. Oh, thank God for that.
It can all change so quick.
That's harsh on Villa, though. I'll tell you.
Well, you've had a pretty.
But
To be fair, Boona,
Last 20 minutes, though.
To be fair, Boona, you've actually had a very. Well, it's not been too bad. Lundstrom, Son, of course, Mane, Trent, Ings coming through. It's not been too bad for you.
Yeah, I know. It would have been a lot better had I not idiotically got rid of Calvert-Lewin for a hit, eh? But I'm much more set now going forward. So I'll tell you, boys, I'm so relieved at that goal. That was, you know what that felt like? That felt like that Salah triple captain last minute goal all over again. Literally the exact same feeling.
Does it make it more special that you're a Tottenham fan? You've just won the game as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. We were shocking. We didn't play well at all. Son could have scored a hat trick in that second half, though. I tell you, someone asked a question about Son about 65 minutes in, and I said Son's been dead quiet. I think you were saying to Dan.
I think it was me. Yeah,
Son
get him in.
essential? And I said no. He's been poor. He's been so quiet. He's been a shadow of himself. Remember that second half, though, he could have scored a hat trick.
I wonder what Son and Grealish are Dele Alli and Grealish are talking about now. They're covering them out.
I'll tell you what, Jack Grealish, phenomenal player, honestly. And even that Samatta for Aston Villa, he looked quality. He put in such a shift. He was personally, until that last minute goal from Son, he was my man of the match. He ran our defence ragged.
You annoyed that you missed out on him in the summer? Well, the
Jack
summer
Grealish.
before.
Yeah, I mean, I've been annoyed for the last 2 seasons when we had him. We could have bought him for 28 million, and we said no. Now we wouldn't get him less than 80.
Well, he won't. Well, he'll be going. I don't know where he'll end up
He
going.
won't be coming to us. We're going to United probably.
I think personally, Dan, it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on this. I think a result like that is almost a nail in the coffin for teams like Aston Villa. I'm sorry, but you should be closing out games like that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Without Jack Grealish, that team is nothing.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean, if it helps Bournemouth out, then I'm happy. But yeah, I mean, it was Spurs were knocking at the door last 20 minutes. I thought Rayner played really well. But I feel sorry for Engels though. Like that mistake's bad. Yeah, it's a bit of a killer for Villa, but yeah, took the goal nicely.
Absolutely.
Just need Aubameyang to get 5 now.
Yeah.
Then I might have a chance in Champions League.
Who are you playing, Paulie?
He's currently bottom of the group, and I'm next to bottom, and he's going to be way in front now because he had Grealish in that game.
Brilliant. So your overall thoughts, Paulie, on the game?
Yeah, like bonus. They started the better. Tottenham gradually got themselves back into it. Reina played really well, so if it wasn't for him, Tottenham could have scored a lot more. He was the best player on the pitch. Aldridge to be 3-2 though. All the confidence.
Excellent.
It just shows as well that they can actually compete against the better teams, Villa.
Yeah, but
it's not like Tottenham completely walked over them.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they just don't seem to have the quality to keep anybody out. And like I said, Boona, no Tyrone Mings. It means a Spurs win. On that note, we'll do the usual. Do you have any final thoughts? Boona, do you have any final thoughts before we wash off into the sunset and watch the Arsenal? Well, I won't be, but get onto the Arsenal game.
Come on, you Spurs!
There we have it. There's Boona there, absolutely overjoyed. Dan? Dan's gone on mute for some reason.
Oh, sorry.
Final thoughts, Dan, before we let you get watching the Arsenal game.
Well, come on, Aubameyang. Let's see some Ceballos assist, and just feels sick seeing Spurs win so late. But it was kind of coming, to be fair. Very entertaining game. Very entertaining. Thanks for having me on.
Cheers, dude. Take it easy, pal. There's Dan there, and
cheers.
And finally, our again, thank you again as ever, Paulie, for coming on corresponding live from the game.
No problem.
As ever, just final thoughts before we clear off.
Yeah, I always seem to get the entertaining game.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, yeah, like I said, it were a really end-to-end game. I'm just gutted about Son and Grealish both getting rid of Aubameyang good. And Hall this afternoon.
Oh, what's going on in the background there? There's some shouting. We've got Tottenham fans in there.
No, it's my dad just come upstairs singing. I don't know why he was singing though.
He's probably got Son in his team, that's why.
Yeah, probably triple captained him as well.
Absolutely. Paulie, take it easy, pal.
Yeah,
there we are. There's Paulie there. Thank you to him as ever. Yeah, there we are. I have it up on screen at the moment. It's that man. One Rovers vlog. I just love Son. What a legend. He's certainly a player I think I may have to be bringing in. I really do. But for who? Find out. Yes, with all that confusion, yes, I did win a bet. I won 20 quid. To be honest, I've been sat here praying that Aston Villa were to get the winner, because if they'd have got the winner, I'd have won £33. However, alas, I did correct scores, and I did the half-time, full-time bets, and essentially the 3-2 obviously came in. But if the half-time, full-time with Tottenham winning at half-time, and then obviously if Aston Villa won, it would have been £33. So fantastic for me. So that's £20 in the bank. Excellent. So yes, cheers everybody for listening to myself and Paulie, and of course Dan for coming on the show for the second half. really do appreciate him coming on despite being about a minute behind, but it doesn't really matter. It's all fun and games. All I can say is cheers everybody for joining in on this live FPL reaction to everything that happened in the game between Aston Villa and Tottenham, where it did end 3-2 to Tottenham. A last minute goal thanks to some shambolic defending from that guy. Wait a minute, which one am I going? There we are. There's the thumbs. Look at that. From that guy there. Hey, I got the finger right. That guy down there, Mr. Sun, scoring in a 3-2 victory. So congratulations to all owners. Jason, I'm sure, will be celebrating. You never know. He may do a celebratory stream tonight. I have a flaming clue. But what a fantastic show. And as ever, Paulie having all the goals galore. Other than that, all I will say is I'll just do the quick admin. Essentially, it is... I think Jason could be doing a stream tonight. He's just in chat right now and he's saying he's gone up to 241,000. All thanks to... 281,000, all thanks to Sun. And, well, if Aubameyang delivers... Well, let's just put it this way. I don't want him to because of our rivalry, but I really do hope he does, just so I can get to watch another stream tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for that, everybody. If Aubameyang goes and scores, well, let's be honest here, gets a double-digit scoreline, Jason will be streaming tonight, which will be fantastic. Anyway, we're all happy. We're all in a good mood. I've won my bet. Boone has won. Teams won. Everybody's all happy, and we can all clear off, and you guys can go and watch the Arsenal versus Newcastle game. Other than that, I will see all you guys when I see you. It'll be sometime next week. I have no idea when. It'll be probably Saturday. In fact, I know for a fact it'll be Saturday from my point of view. So certainly see you then. It's the usual admin, really. If you've enjoyed the show, just simply hit the like button on your way out. If you're brand new around here and have enjoyed what myself and Paulie have brought to you guys, just simply hit the subscribe button. We do pretty much... almost daily streams regarding all things fantasy football, so just simply hit the subscribe button. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Elite FPL to find out when we're going to be going live, and of course Discord as well. That's how we get the live callers. Other than that, see all you later and enjoy the Arsenal game.